Hi. This video is for those who face difficulties in installing or setting up a PNET Lab on VMware Workstation. This is the easy process to set up the PNET Lab on top of VMware Workstation. There are few factors which we need to keep in mind before installing the PNET Lab. We will discuss all of them throughout this video. First of all, you please visit the website www.peanetlab.com to download the software. Then find the download option and click on it to download the software. It will take you to a new page where you will see some options. Either you can download the software from the Google Drive link or download the software from the Mega Drive link. Choose any option as per your convenience to download the software. Meanwhile it's being downloaded, visit the VMware website to download the VMware Workstation software from its official website. If you are using Windows operating system, then download the Windows-compatible VMware Workstation. If you are using the Linux operating system, then download the Linux-compatible VMware Workstation. Now, in your download folder, you have two major softwares, VMware Workstation and PNET OVA file. You can first go with VMware Workstation to install it on your laptop or desktop. Once the VMware Workstation software installation is done, check the interfaces created by the VMware. To view the network interfaces, use the command ncpa.cpl to open the network control panel. Generally, there are two additional virtual network adapters added, VMnet 1 and VMnet 8. If you would like to change the settings of these interfaces, please watch my video, How to Install EVENG on VMware, where I have explained most of the things which will surely help you. If you think that the VMware Workstation is operational and functioning properly, you can move ahead to import the PNET OVA file in VMware. It is again an easy task and a time-saving procedure. Here I am using version 15.5 of VMware Workstation Pro. Let's do this. Go to the home screen of the VMware Workstation. Click on Open a Virtual Machine tab. Locate and select the PNET OVA file. Before importing the OVA file, it will ask you an option to choose the location where you want to save the entire virtual machine data. Generally, it will save all the data in the document folder. If you don't have sufficient space in your C drive, you can choose another location. Or if there is sufficient space, leave the settings as default and click on Import. Importing the OVA file in VMware Workstation will take some time. Now you can see, the PNET OVA file has been successfully imported and the default settings of the virtual machine have been reflected. By default, it allocates 8 GB RAM, 4 core processors, 100 GB hard disk space, 2 network interfaces, and some extra things. Generally, you need a minimum 6 GB memory, 100 GB hard disk, and 4 virtual CPUs. Actually, RAM And CPU may also vary, as it depends on how many nodes are needed to run in a virtual lab. There are some key factors needed to validate before powering on. The virtualization feature must be enabled to run QEMU images and to use other features. You can follow me to see the status. You cannot run the QEMU images in the PNET Lab if the virtualization feature is not enabled. Make sure you enable this feature. If the virtualization feature is not enabled, you will see a warning message on the console screen post starting the PNET Lab. The virtualization feature must be enabled at the BIOS level. Nowadays, every laptop or desktop has virtualization feature enabled at the BIOS level. However, in case your laptop or desktop is pretty old, do check the same at the respective vendor's website or also check how this feature can be enabled. Another important point is to validate interface settings before powering on the PNET Lab. As I told you that by default, the PNET Lab allocates two virtual adapters, VMnet 1 and VMnet 8. As you can see, the VMnet 1 adapter is set to operate on NAT mode and the VMnet 8 adapter is set to operate on bridge mode. Generally, the PNET Lab picks up the VMnet 1 interface and allocates the IP address from the pool created for VMnet 1 in Vmware Workstation. Another important thing is, if you don't have broadband at your home and rarely use the internet due to some reason, then change the VMnet 1 interface mode, NAT to host only. If you are using a high-speed broadband connection at your home and always connect your laptop over Wi-Fi, then I would request you to change the interface settings from NAT to bridging. This method allows you to connect your PNET Lab to the internet. Even you don't use Wi-Fi and use physical Ethernet, then you won't face any issue. Although, please change the interface settings from NAT to bridge mode. Also delete the second interface, as at this point, it is not required. Another important point is, by default the Vmware Workstation bridges the virtual interface on physical Ethernet adapter and does not bridge the virtual interface on wireless adapter. In this case, you need to manually change the settings so that the Vmware Workstation bridges the virtual interface on wireless adapter. Let me show you how to make these changes. Click on Edit and select the option Virtual Interface Editor. Now click on the option Change Settings. Select the VMnet 0 adapter and change the mode from NAT to bridge. Now use the drop-down option to select the wireless adapter and save the changes. Now turn on the PNET Lab machine on VMware and wait until you see a screen with the IP address. Use the IP address to access the PNET Lab from the browser. Now you have two options available to run a PNET Lab on your laptop or desktop. Either you can choose offline mode or you can choose online mode. Let's first understand how these two modes are different from each other. The online mode requires a registration. The online mode connects your locally installed PNET Lab to use resources available at the PNET Cloud. The best thing is, you can download the labs from their cloud and use them for your practice. You can even share or sell your labs on cloud. The offline mode is a system-dependent platform. In this mode, you can also download the labs from the PNET Cloud. But in this mode, you cannot share or sell your labs. Even you need to import device images in the PNET Lab manually. The common things between these two modes are, you can create a maximum of 10 user accounts and can share your topology with them. The best part of this software is, all 10 users can work on the same topology simultaneously. For more information, you can drop me a message on comment box or you can visit www.peanetlab.com. There are some labs which allow you to download the images along with the lab. However, some labs do not allow you to download the images along with labs. Here I am choosing offline mode for now. The default login credentials are admin and PNET, all in small letters. Just click on the option offline mode. You will see a message, offline mode is turned on successfully. The login prompt will ask you to enter login credentials along with the CAPTCHA or verification code. Also, either choose the default console or HTML console. I would recommend you to choose the option default console. Well, that's it, you are successfully onboarded. I mean, you can technically draw your topologies on it. But the problem is, you don't have Cisco images yet in this simulator. You must import the images in the PNET Lab to draw your topologies. Hope you remember, at the beginning, we skipped the option online mode. Let's see, what benefits do we receive when choosing the option online mode? Click on System and select the option System mode. On this page, you will see both the options, however, offline mode is default selected. Also, you can see, the offline mode status is activated. First of all, change the status for online mode because without this you cannot swap the modes. Now on the right-hand side, top corner, log out from the admin account. Now it's time to create an account to use the online mode. You can simply sign up and create an account. You will see an option register. Click on it. Fill the registration form and submit the details. You will receive an email from the PNET support team along with an activation link. Click on the activation link to activate the account. I have already created my account on PNET Lab and credentials are ready to use. Now type the URL for your locally created PNET simulator. For me it is 192.168.1.2. As soon as you try to enter the URL, it will redirect you to an authentication page. Because you have changed the operating mode from offline to online. Here you need to enter your username and password. For me the username is TechnoCafe and the password is something. Now click on the button Send Anyway. That's it. The PNET online mode is activated and now you can download the labs from the PNET store. But still you don't have any device image available in the PNET simulator. To check this, click on the button Devices. You can see online content which you can download from the PNET store. You can choose any image and download it for the practice. You can choose Wireshark, Chrome, or anything whichever is required. You can also download the labs for your practice. In this case, click on the button Download Labs. At the right-hand side, click on Go to Store. Now you have plenty of free labs available and you can choose as per your requirement. Let me download any lab from the PNET store and load it in my PNET simulator. Let me choose from the section CCNA. Click on DHCP configuration and click on the button Download Lab. Before you download any lab, you must read the data available for the lab selected. Actually, there are a lot more people on this platform and they use these labs wisely. They also comment on the lab if any corrections are needed. Okay, let's click on the Download Lab. Now the magic part is, it will download entire things which are related to the lab. For example, topology, pre-config data, even images too. Finally, click on the download button to download the lab. As I told you, there are some labs which allow you to download the images along with the lab. However, some labs do not allow you to download the images along with labs. Now you have this lab available in the locally deployed PNET simulator and ready for use. There are some important points to be noted. Sometimes labs are locked. You cannot delete nodes, move the nodes, and even you cannot change anything in the topology. If you want to make changes, you can deploy your own lab using the same set of elements. Now it's time to download the images from the PNET cloud and load them in our PNET Lab. Well, most of you don't know this part because everyone imports the images in the PNET Lab manually. I am pretty much sure, after watching this part, you will surely stop using the EVENG simulator and start using PNET simulator. Let me clear this part first. The people who are using PNET Lab and don't have internet access cannot download the images from the PNET cloud. You must shift your PNET Lab online to download the images. Let's download the images for our PNET Lab. First, open a terminal window for your PNET Lab. You can use any software, either PuTTY or Secure CRT. Here I am using the Secure CRT. Try to ping the public IP address 8.8.8.8 to test the internet connectivity. If you are unable to ping a public IP address, do check the interface settings and try to fix the issue. If everything is okay, be with me for the next step. Now execute the command iShare, then search, then image name. You can use any short keyword to search the image. I am using .bin as a search keyword. You can see lots of images which have the .bin extension. So my objective is to tell you, you can download any images which are required for your lab. Let's understand this. I want VIOS images to perform some tasks. Then you can search the images with this keyword, iShare, then search, then VIOS image name. You can see, the command has displayed numerous images for you, and you can pick any images as per your requirement. This time, you want to download non-Cisco images. I mean, you want to download a firewall image, a load balancer image, an Nexus device image, and Windows operating system image for your lab practice. Then you can search the images with these keywords. There are lots of images available on PNET Cloud, and you can download as per your need. Till now, we have just searched the images which are available on the PNET Cloud. Let's see how we can download these images locally. The command is very simple to download the image. I want to tell you a very important point before downloading these images. There are billions of users around the world, and they are also using PNET Cloud along with you. You may see an error message for some of the images while downloading. It is just happened due to heavy traffic for specific image. You can try downloading the same image sometime later, or you can download any other images. Let me show you how we can download the image from the PNET Cloud. Type the command iShare pull and then image name. In my case, I want to download the layer 2 images. Then the command would be like this. As you noticed, downloading the image took some time. The best part is, you don't need to rename or move the image from one directory to another directory. Also, you don't need to fix the permission for the images to run in the local lab. Now it's time to validate the image downloaded locally to confirm whether it's operational. Log in on the PNET Lab with your login credentials and create a test lab or dummy lab. Right-click on the main screen and see the node available. Now select the node. No need to connect any cable right away because we are just testing the image. Now hover the mouse cursor on the device. You will see two symbols, start and stop. Click on the start symbol to start the node. Here in PNET Lab, the telnet port range start from 30,001. You can hover the mouse cursor on the device to see the port number associated with the device. Open a PuTTY software and fill the appropriate details to access the device. That's it. Let me show you another cool feature, which is not available in EVE-NG Simulator in Community Edition. You can actually share your lab to anyone. Yes, of course, you can share your lab to anyone. First of all, let's understand the concept. There are two types of users we can create in the PNET Lab: offline user and online user. If your lab is on AWS Cloud, Azure Cloud, and any other cloud, and your lab is accessible from across the globe, the online user account will be the best option. If you have deployed your lab locally, where only 4 to 5 users can log in on it, then the offline user account will be the best option. Although, it's up to you how you want to manage your lab. Follow me to perform this activity. On the top, you can see an option, Accounts. Click on it and select the option, User Management. Now click on the option, Add, to add a new user. Now you need to fill up the necessary information to add a new user. This specific method is applicable when your lab is on cloud and your co-friends are across the globe. Let's create offline user credentials. Remember, I logged in the lab using my personal credentials. Now let me log in on the same lab using an admin user account. Open another browser or use private browser mode. Type the IP address of your locally installed PNET Lab. It will take you to a page where you need to enter your public login credentials. But this time, click on the option Login by Offline Account. Now enter the local login credentials, admin and PNET. You can see we landed in the same lab, but with an admin account. Here labs are the same. Now repeat the same steps to create a new user. On the top, you can see an option, Accounts. Click on it and select the option, User Management. Now click on the option, Add, to create a new user. Now it will ask you to fill up a new user credential and assign the privilege. Once the user is added on the PNET Lab, log out from the admin account and try to log in on PNET Lab with the new user added. Well, things are not yet done. On the top, click on the option, Running Labs. You can see the lab is currently in running mode. This is the same lab which we created to test the image downloaded from the PNET cloud, and I was logged in with my personal login credentials. You can also check how many users are working on the specific lab. Choose the lab which you would like to join. In my case, I have only one lab right now. Let me join this. By clicking on this option, you will successfully join the lab. That's it. I would suggest you to discover more, as there are lots of features available to explore. See you in the next video. Bye.